The art of invention and creation is one that must be honed through practice and application. To test the limits of your creativity and innovation, at MNIT, we do not strive to create just the employable forces, but we nurture the talents to be the leaders of tomorrow. And what differentiates the leaders from the followers is collaboration. Cohesively working in teams, sharing their knowledge, and working more efficiently and effectively. Keeping in line with the ethos as an opportunity to caffeinate, collaborate, celebrate. Hack 36, the annual hackathon of MNIT Allahabad, is instituted for the enrichment of all engineering and science, with the aim of providing a platform for a multitude of students to showcase their technical ingenuity and prowess. Unwavering amidst such unprecedented times and keeping our legacy alive. MNIT welcomes you all to our first ever virtual hackathon, Hack 36 4.0. A very good evening to all dignitaries, sponsors, judges, and participants. I, Yukta Meena, will be your host for today's inaugural ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to thank our esteemed judging panel, Mr. Gundeep Singh, founder of Honcho, Mr. Shyam P. Jha, Senior Vice President of Engineering at NetSpy, Mr. Ashish Dubey, currently working as Principal Solution Architect at AWS, and Mr. Shakti Gop, CEO and founder of DevFolio, who took out time from their busy schedules to be a part of our hackathon. We'll begin the event with the blessings of Goddess Saraswati by playing the Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा
Forward with the event, I would like to mention the words of our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, who said, and I quote, "Innovation has the power to overcome the challenges our world faces." Unquote. With the world driven by innovation, it is us who have to continuously discover and adapt new technologies to cope with the challenges of today. And these inventive hackathons rightly provide us with such opportunities. I would like to take this chance to welcome Dr. Sarsis Tripathi, faculty in charge of Hack 36. Sir, along with our other faculty in charges, Dr. Ashish Kumar Maurya, Dr. Mayuk Sarkar, and Dr. Shashank Srivastav, faculty in charge of MNIT Computer Coding Club, has made the gigantic task of organizing this virtual event effortless for us with their constant support and motivation. So, I would request you to share your insights and welcome all our esteemed judges and guests.
Thank you, Yukta, for this introduction about me and the hackathon. Uh, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Professor M. Gore, Director of MNIT Labas, who has spared his time to be the part of this ceremony. Along with him, I would like to thank Professor Geetika, Chairman IIC, and Head of the Department, Professor D.S. Kushwaha sir, who has joined this inaugural ceremony. I would also like to thank Professor Rajesh Gupta, President SAC, who have been in this ceremony with us. Thank you all for joining this event. This event would not have been possible without your people's support, continuous support, and motivation. Just to introduce, I will be taking few minutes. I would like to take this opportunity to claim the success of last hackathon, which we have organized last year, which showed around 1100 registration from 75 colleges in India and also achieved international reach with themes like healthcare, smart education, agriculture, safety, and surveillance. So there were some good projects which were reported last year, and truly that was an outstanding event organized last year also. This year we were having a challenge to conduct this event in online mode, but our Hack 36 team, the students of Immunity Labat, have worked tirelessly. And for your information, just to tell all the dignitaries who are present on stage right now, this is the first time event which we are organizing online, and probably we are going to have around 2100 applications this year from 25 different countries along with 340 colleges participating. So hope with all your support and blessings to all the dignitaries present right now, I I wish the success to the T Hack 36 team, and probably we are going to conduct a good event this year also. Thank you, Yukta. You can continue.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the success of Hack 36 with us. I would now request the head of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Professor D.S. Kushwa, who has always supported and motivated us through the challenges posed by these unprecedented times and entrusted us with the responsibility to make this event a success, to kindly address the crowd.
Thank you. Good evening, respected Director Professor M. Goresa, all heads and deans, President SAC, Dean IIC, Chairman IIC, Professor Geetika ma'am, and the team of Hackathon 36 who has put in all efforts in making this event come true. It's a great moment for all of us since it's the fourth in the series. And I thank all the participating teams and the participants who have come in on board for this event. It's a matter of pride for us to mention that we at MNIT Allahabad were the first to start UG program, that is BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, in the year 1977. So that's a feather in our cap that we were the pioneers to begin BTech Computer Science in India. And we have kept this journey steady, going forward, setting up new milestones by efforts of all our students and faculty members who have contributed to it, along with all the department and director and deans and all, needless to mention. This is an event which is focused towards cyber security, women's safety, pandemic prevention, and the mission of our Honorable Prime Minister, that is e-governance and e-administration. So I would appreciate the team for focusing on these very pertinent topics that relate to our society and the nation. As I have been informed, there are about 419 teams and we have about more than 450 female students participating into it, and we have on board almost all NITs and IITs and other prestigious institutions, students from all these institutions. And we have been very open about these competition. Last year, it was BITS Mithra Rachi who won the first prize, and SRM Chennai who got the second prize. Obviously, MIT Islamabad stood at the third position. I would aspire my home team to be the winner this time, but that is not what we intend to. We intend a fair competition because we wish that you test your own endurance of working in this grave situation for 36 hours continuously and solving a particular problem and coming out with a most optimal solution that is actually useful to the society. So I wish you all the best, because there is a time where you will test your technical skill, you will test your patience, you will test your endurance, you will test your basics, you will test your analytic skill, you will test all the things that you've studied, garnered knowledge for last 15, 20 years since you have taken up your bags to school and colleges. And with all these things, I also would appreciate if you enjoy the moment and be sportive and bring this mega event to a great success. I thank you all for making this a great success. Thank you, everybody. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational words. Next, I would like to call upon the President of Student Activity Center, MNIT, Professor Rajesh Gupta, who has shown us time and time again his enthusiasm and motivated us to continue conducting events throughout our years at MNIT, be it offline or online from the very beginning. So, would you please grace the occasion with a few words?
Thank you, Yukta. If my voice is coming proper.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, uh, Honorable Director, Professor M.M. Gore, Dean uh, International Affairs and IAC, Professor Geetika, Head Computer Science Department, Professor D.S. Kushwaha, Faculty in Charge, Technical Activities of SAC, Dr. V.R. Koma, Faculty Coordinator, Computer Coding Club of the SAC, Dr. Shashank Srivastav, Faculty in Charge of this Hack 36, Dr. Sharshit Srivastav, Dr. Sharshit. It's a matter of great pride that the team has scheduled its fourth version of Hackathon 36. The SAC has always been actively associated with the Hack 36 directly or indirectly since its inception 4 years back. The SAC has always been even supporting the participation of computer science department and computer coding club participants in the various events held in the country. I clearly remember that few years back, some of the students have reached to the final stage and they have won some of the events. So it's been a very success of the hackathon. Our computer coding club, which is a part of a technical committee of the Student Activity Center, is taking a lot of efforts in teaching the students right from their first years. And nevertheless, in the pandemic period also, the senior students are actively involved in transferring the knowledge of programming skills, especially by the computer coding club. This year, uh, I'm happy to. Uh, I mean, we are happy to formally get associated with the Hack 36. That's good. It will be really good for a future versions as well, because we have lot many common platforms and lot many common students who are there doing their best efforts in organizing such events. I'm really happy to share, and I take the advantage of this platform to share with all that the Ministry of Education, under the direction of Prime Minister, has already floated the idea of elimination of single use of plastic, as we all know, for quite a year. But uh, we have been given a responsibility this year to organize a hackathon on the use of on the elimination of single use of plastic, and we have to do something in the area of use of alternate material, recycling, and economic aspect of elimination of single-use plastic. So I'm sure the way Hackathon 36 is being organized, people will come forward with new ideas in organizing this type of event also in a coming future. With so much of popularity of hackathon events globally, I'm sure MNNIT will do very well in the coming future, not only in the organization of programming hackathon 36 like this event. Uh, 2 years back, I remember we had given a responsibility of organizing hardware hackathon, and we did it. Our student participated also, but because of pandemic, hardware hackathon could not progress well. But the time will again come that we have to look upon various other aspects as well. So once again, I convey my best regards and best wishes for this hackathon 36. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed very insightful. Next, I would like to invite the chairman IIC, Professor Geetika. IIC has been a flag bearer of innovation in our college and has been an active promoter of all such efforts from our students. I would request Geetika ma'am to shower us with her words of wisdom.
Thank you, Yukta. Very good evening to all of you. Respected Director of the Institute, Professor Gore, who is also Senior Most Professor of the department, and Head of the Department of Computer Science, President SAC, the organizing team, Dr. Sarsish, Dr. Shashank, Dr. Mayuk, Dr. Ashish, your moderator Anuj, and all other colleagues who might have joined and I might have missed their names, and all the participants, young people, young technocrats who will be showcasing their prowess in creativity and innovation. Uh, I congratulate the department, especially the coding club and the organizing team for taking this initiative. Yukta started with Honorable Prime Minister's quote. I will also use the same, that he had said, "Apada mein avsar," opportunity in every threat. So this pandemic has created big challenges in all spheres of life, but at the same time, it has provided us immense opportunity. When I received this invitation to be a part of this inaugural ceremony, I was thinking that actually information technology has been the biggest savior for taking up our normal course of life, putting the work life back on the tracks in spite of all odds. Otherwise, online classes, working from home, online hackathons, online cultural events, and etc. So and so forth. So this couldn't have happened if we were not able to properly, effectively utilize this very important tool which has come as an outcome of someone's innovation. So creativity and innovation are now not merely a source of showcasing something or for gaming or for other things. It is need of the hour. Every day, every moment, life keeps on throwing us challenges, and we need to create something new. We need to innovate. And therefore I do hope that, as Yukta was Dr. Sarsi was talking about the number of participants and the number of countries and institutions and teams. So this is in fact a very huge event, and I do hope that something very innovative and which showcases our own culture of the participants. It can be the guiding force could be the one district one product, like the Indian ideology, or the hackathon for toys which was done. So that also could be, we could find something new on that account as well. So anything that so far has not been seen or thought, I do hope that this young team of researchers, young team of technocrats would definitely come up with ideas, putting true challenge to the judges to pick up the best team. And that is the beauty of any competition. So I do hope that the judges would really struggle which is to be rejected, because most of the entries should be as good. So with these words, I congratulate the organizers. I thank the judges to have accepted this invitation, and I thank the team for giving me this opportunity to be part of this great event. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am, for such motivational words. We are delighted to invite our chief guest, Honorable Director Sir, Professor M. Gore Sir, who is leading us with courage and enthusiasm, even in such delirious times. And he has made it possible for us to continue living and breathing college life right from our homes to the online platform. He has always encouraged us to make the virtual experiences worth remembering. Sir, kindly share a few words with us.
Thank you, Yukta, the host for this evening. First of all, the director of the institute, Professor Raju Tripathi, is on medical leave, and I'm sharing some of his responsibilities. And one of these responsibilities is to talk to all the participants, the one who are organizing the Hack 36, everybody, the judges, the sponsors from the MNIT Allahabad, sponsors from the outside, to talk to each one of them is really a pleasure. So it's a nice event, something which is very important from the perspective of a student's life, because it enriches his or her CV by demonstrating that they have participated in such an event which requires a coordinated, focused, sustained effort for long hours together, so as to achieve something worthwhile. So very important thing. So that gives you some kind of a tough aspect, toughness to your character. It is also in tune with the new education policy, which says that we have to develop uh, an all-rounder, actually, somebody who has got develops a mettle for getting things done. So aestheticness, communication skills, debating, arguing, reasoning, all these are the side products of such kind of an event. It's a very nice thing. So I congratulate the team which has taken up this particular task, starting from Dr. Sarsi Tripathi, Dr. Shashank, Dr. Mayuk, Dr. Maurya, all my dear students of CACD. The support which is being provided by Professor Geetika, Professor Rajesh Gupta, Professor D.S. Kushwaha in different aspects is really commendable. Actually, I look over them, look forward to them actually as leading lights in future events as well. Not as a director, but as a colleague as well, because they share some good things with us. So when you look at it, this particular one event, it's nothing like it's like something is an old thing which is being talked about. Sahanavatu, Sahano Bunatu, Sahaviryam Karvavahe. So it is together we are going to achieve something. That's what exactly the participating teams and their members therein actually will be looking at it. And I wish that this is in a Diamond Jubilee year. Actually, we have just recently completed Diamond Jubilee of the Institute, 60 long years, and I'm really happy to note that 50% of that actually I witnessed from very close quarters. So close to 30 years, more than 30 years, I'm witnessing the glory of the Institute being going further and further all around the globe. I have got all these years best of the students, so meticulously planning everything, so humble. So that's unparalleled, which I could see because I have got experience from other places as well. And then I say I congratulate my student team particularly and being so humble and being so meticulous about planning such things. So I wish that next 36 hours are being very well worthwhile for each and every stakeholder over here who are going to put in their efforts. They have already put in their efforts and they're going to sustain those particular efforts for the next these hours that we put up over there. I wish every success to everybody. There would be few numbers as we call upon as in a winners over there, but others should not be losing the heart because it's very important to participate and learn something out of it. So my thanks to judges who have already given their consent for looking at these aspects of the hack and credentials of the works which are being carried out by the students. सभी को एक बार पुनश्च धन्यवाद और सभी को शुभकामनाएं. जय हिंद, जय भारत.
Thank you,
Over to
sir, for your
you.
kind and insightful words. It was really an amazing opportunity to hear the words of wisdom from all the esteemed professors. I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the head of Computer Science and Engineering Department of MNIT, Professor D.S. Kushwaha, SAC President, MNIT, Professor Rajesh Gupta, Chairman IIC, Professor Geetika, and Honorable Director Sir, Professor M. Gore Sir, for their persistent motivation and guidance. We are highly grateful to the Student Activity Center, MNIT, and the Institute Innovation Council, MNIT Allahabad, for their earnest support, be it morally and monetarily. On behalf of the entire team of Hack 36, I thank you all for gracing the occasion with your presence. Now, moving forward with the event, I would like to present before you the panel of judges and speakers with whom the participants will have continuous constructive interactions for the next 36 hours. We have a highly experienced, knowledgeable, and versatile panel for deciding our final champions. First up, we have Mr. Ashish Dubey, who graduated as a computer science engineer from MNIT Allahabad. Having worked for companies like Microsoft, Lenexa, acquired by Teradata, and Qbol, he is currently working for AWS in Singapore. In the last 17 years, Mr. Ashish has had a mix of enterprise and early stage startup experience in the data analytics and cloud computing domains. For the last 10 years, Mr. Ashish has been leading global teams of technical architects in different geographies such as the US, EMEA, and the Asia Pacific. Next up, we have Mr. Shyam P. Jha, an alumnus of the National Institute of Technology, Kurukshetra. He is a pioneer of cybersecurity and currently serves as the Senior Vice President of Engineering at NetSpy, a threat and vulnerability management and penetration testing company. Mr. Sham boasts more than 22 years in various software engineering leadership roles, building high performance engineering teams and delivering enterprise class software products, particularly in cybersecurity, cyber threat intelligence, data protection, and telecom domain. The next judge of our Hack 36 judging panel is a man who dons quite a few feathers on his cap. An Ivy League alumni from Columbia University and Harvard, Mr. Gundeep Singh, founder of Honcho, has aced it all, be it the tech giants, startups, or research. He is also a TEDx speaker. He has to his credit today several articles and over 30 research publications. Earlier, he has been a part of hackathons conducted by ADI, Application Development Initiative, at Columbia University, Northeastern University, New York University, Sunny Buffalo University. He also co-founded three companies, Custard Apple Technologies, Jotdown, and now Honcho. Last but not the least, we have Mr. Shakti Gop, an alumnus of NIT Surat, founder and CEO of Devfolio, enabler of hackathons all across the country. Apart from these, he is a founder of Hacking Out and ETH India, which are India's largest hackathon communities, and Fold, which is a mobile first bank for the internet native Indians. Do join tomorrow to hear from our esteemed judges. This year, even after being a virtual event, we had tons of sponsors coming in with their support. Firstly, we thank PrepBytes as title sponsor for their enthusiastic support all along the event. Next, we have MLH, Cisco Incubator, NASCOM Foundation, and MNIT Computer Coding Club as our event partners. A big shout out to Devfolio for providing an amazing platform for successful conduction of our virtual hackathon, and its partners Polygon, Tezos, and Potters for offering track prizes for our hackathon. We have Badilog.in as our official merchandise partner, and a large number of benefactors: Sketch, Azure, Wolfram, Give My Certificate, Slido, Sticker Mule, Echo AR, Sashido, Egghead.io, No Starch Press, Proto.io, GitHub, DigitalOcean, Speechly, and OnePassword. We also have a small presentation from DigitalOcean to be shared with you all. DigitalOcean provides developers with cloud services that help to deploy and scale applications that run simultaneously on multiple computers. DigitalOcean provides features such as droplets, databases, Kubernetes, load balances, etc., with pre-made applications that can be deployed in a single click with seamless management of infrastructure. DigitalOcean's data centers are spread out throughout the globe in 8 global markets. And the reason customers love the DigitalOcean is its simplicity, engaging community with education, services with open source features. You all can scan this QR code to get the $100 in DigitalOcean for 60 days. On behalf of MNIT Allahabad, I would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our generous sponsors. This event has been possible with their kind support. Moving on to an integral part of the hacking experience being the workshops, we are also here with our set of exciting workshops for you all. First of all, right after our opening ceremony, we'll have a workshop on building efficient user interfaces with Speechly by Automatius Pura, Head of Growth at Speechly. Tomorrow morning, you'll be witnessing Mamta Kumari, co-founder of PrepBytes, talk about when and how to develop projects. And finally, tomorrow evening, we'll have Elon Grinchpoon, founder and CEO at Echo AR, leading a workshop on how to build a cloud-connected AR/VR app in 15 minutes or less. Having all these young minds full of fresh ideas on bringing about a change in the world, our themes for this year were carefully curated, keeping in mind the current context of our planet. The 21st century has witnessed the greatest of discoveries and the greatest of challenges to human life. That being said, there is no doubt that technology is playing a driving force in our survival amidst the pandemic, which has brought out our vulnerabilities to the forefront. And it is us who have to continue to strive for visionary solutions, be it to advance the education system, to transform and secure the new virtual world, or to take tiny yet effective steps for the safety of women. After all, the real power of technology shines when it changes the world for the greater good. Keeping this in mind, the following themes have been carefully crafted for this year's Hack 36, namely e-administration, cybersecurity, education, women's safety, and life in pandemic. Now we'll have Shashwat, one of the lead organizers of Hack 36 4.0, explaining the prizes and various rules of the event.
Thank you, Yukta, for having the introduction. Am I audible? Is everything fine? If you can just confirm.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
audible.
Hello guys. I'm Shashwat, as Yukta introduced, and coming to the main part of the hackathon, the prizes for all the entrepreneuring visionaries of today. We have a cash prize of 25,000 for the winning team of Hack 36 4.0, 15,000 for runner-up team, and 10,000 for the second runner-up team. Not just this, we have a dedicated prize of rupees 10,000 to be awarded to the best all-girls team. In addition to these, we have t-shirts for top 20 teams from Prep Bytes and Devfolio both, along with internship opportunities for top 5 teams. Not just these, all our checked-in teams will receive assured goodies from Major League Hacking. So now coming to the track prizes, not just the prizes that we just talked about, we have dedicated prizes for a whole lot of people. So first of all, for our freshers who began their college journey in these virtual times, we have these prizes. The best freshers team will get 250 USD digital ocean credits, 20 USD ebook vouchers from No Starch Press, 250 USD worth a year of egghead.io subscription, and one password family account for 6 months. For the best sophomore team, the second years across all colleges, we have USD 250 DigitalOcean credits, USD 250 worth a year of egghead.io subscription. And not just these, coming to our special tracks from all our sponsors. First of all, we have Speechly. In Speechly, the top three teams with hacks built using Speechly will receive a $100 Amazon gift card from Speechly. Do stay tuned for their workshop ahead tonight, and it'll be an amazing workshop, and you'll get to know a lot of details how to integrate a simple API in your UI and make them speech ready. And next we have best front-end design made using Sketch. Will receive Sketch premium licenses. For all AR VR enthusiasts, we have the team with the best hack build on AR VR using Echo AR will receive $50 Amazon gift cards from Echo AR, along with a 3-month business trial access to Echo AR technology. Make sure you register on the dedicated link, which will be shared on the Echo AR help channel on our Discord server. Next up, we have a bunch of exciting prizes for all those who are interested in decentralized application. Best decentralized application built on Ethereum will get rupees 10,000 cash prize. Best decentralized application built on Matic and Ethereum will get rupees 15,000 along with eligibility for internship, full-time role, interviews, and a chance to land seed funding of up to 5,000 USD from Matic. Best decentralized application built using Portis will receive rupees 15,000, and best decentralized app built on Tezos will get a cash prize of rupees 20,000. So make sure, like while submitting, you select the relevant tracks and make sure that your submission qualifies for all the tracks that we have. So that was all for the prizes. Coming to the timeline, like what all we have planned for you. So right now you all are here with us for the opening ceremony, and we have a whole bunch of things planned up for you all. Beginning with this workshop on speech-based application, starting soon right here on this live stream. And not just there, we have bunch of fun activities for you. You will be rejoining us midnight today with our on a midnight stream with Anirban, who will be here with an exciting pop culture quiz. And the winners of the pop culture quiz will be winning exciting goodies and t-shirts. Tomorrow morning, we meet again for a workshop on project building, followed by you all meeting our judges. They'll be here to share their experiences, tell you all what all we have planned, and moving ahead. And then we'll have another fun event, Hunt with Milo, where our host will challenge you to some exciting riddles. And you'll be asked to upload answers everywhere. And there, again, you'll be eligible for exciting goodies and t shirts. Tomorrow evening, you'll get a chance to learn how to build AR, VR applications from experts from Echo AR themselves, and then another fun game from our MLH coach. And do stay tuned. We'll be joined shortly by our MLH coach, who you must, yeah, we'll be coming to that shortly. And hackathons are all about sleepless nights. Tomorrow night, we'll have our very own gaming night and meme slam. So, all the memers, all the gamers, we have everything planned up for you. So, stay tuned with us. Day after tomorrow, we will be all about submitting your projects and aiming to grab those awesome prizes. Further details of which will be announced as we go along the hackathon. Coming to the rules that we have planned for you. Uh, yeah, now next coming to the rules. I would like to get you familiarized with all the rules for the event. Like you must be have subscribed to all our announcements on Discord and everything. So yeah, first and most importantly, you all must be checked into the event. If any of your team member fails to check in, let me repeat: if any team member fails, every single member should have RSVP'd and checked in to be eligible to make a submission. For all the individuals who RSVP'd for the event, make sure you are part of a team. Either form one with other individuals or join any pre-existing team to be eligible to submit your projects. You have to be a part of a team. And another and the most important rule: all your commits should be during the course of 36 hours of the hackathon. Like from 9 p.m. today, hacking begins. So all your commits should be from 9 p.m. today, and end whenever we call on the submission deadline according to a timeline. And make sure you comply with all the submission guidelines as and when shared by us. Another important rule: that you are free to use any APIs or libraries that you may require for building your projects. And most importantly, do stay active on all our Discord channels to get the best out of a virtual hackathon experience. And yeah, so that was all for the rules part. And again, a reminder for all those: if you have missed the check-in forms, make sure that you check in to the hackathon and then move ahead. Well, being done with the rules, we would like to show you some glimpses of what Hack 36 has always been, what a in-house hackathon used to feel like when we were all there participating, and like in the previous edition when we used to be the participants. So I would like to show you all a few glimpses of that. Yeah, sure. That was an amazing experience and amazing throwback for most of us watching right now. So that was all from me. Back to you, Yukta.
So, well, we are done being with the rules. Now we shall see. Now we have the opportunity of some Q&A questions. So the floor is open for questions or any doubts you have regarding the event, which you can post in the comment section. So we have the first question coming up from Shrestha Studio. When do we have to create the report? I would like one of the members from the Hack 36 team to address the question.
Yeah, Yukta. So basically, I forgot the name. Can you just repeat that?
Shrestha Studio.
Yeah, Shrishta. So the thing is, you won't have to prepare any report for that. This just you have to put in video. I think a brief introduction about your project, what you have built, and just a few screenshots and a working demo and a PowerPoint PPT whose template we'll definitely share with you.
Thank you, Shashwat. We have the next question from Akshay Sharma. Do PPT is required for the presentation?
uh, yeah, you'll be requiring a PPT. And don't worry if you are not familiar with the hackathon presentations. We'll be sharing an extensive guidelines, like what will be the format of the PPT, and you'll just have to fill in your details, fill in the demo. Just follow that template.
Okay. Next question coming up is from Himanshi Sharma. Where do we have to submit?
All the submissions will be made on Devfolio, as you all. Devfolio is our platform partner, so everything will be on Devfolio itself. So no issues on that part. You will be provided all the instructions for that.
Next question from Astha Nayak is there a demo round?
Demo round will be for the top 20 teams, and for the rest of the teams, you'll have to make a submission, and then from those submissions, our judges will finalize the top 20 teams, and then they'll be presenting a demo to everyone on a live stream that we'll have.
There's a question, is PPT required by Sheldon Cooper? I think the question has already been answered, Sheldon. And moving on, we have a question by Vivek Rai. How many teams are there?
Well, time and again, if you are part of the stream from the beginning, you must have seen our dignitaries tell everyone that this year we had, if I'm correct, 412 teams registering for the hackathon, and for the final event, we have more than, I guess, 300 or more than 350 teams who are a part of the main event right now with us and who will be making a submission.
Oh, next question is by Rishi Garg. Will we have to disclose our theme, which we are working on?
No, you don't need to disclose your theme. You can just work on that. You'll have to, like, when making a submission, you'll have to put in all the details there. But before that, we won't be asking you anything.
Next question is there any specific time interval in which we have to commit? The question is by Raghvendra Mishra.
I guess, Yukta, that has already been answered in the rules. I'll repeat that again, that yes, all your commits must be from 9 p.m. today and till the time submission ends. The timeline is there on our website, and you can check that out. And all the commits will should be between the hacking duration.
Next question we have from Rahul Manchuramani. Our teams have filled the check-in form provided in the mail. but on Dayfolio it is not marked as check-in.
Yeah, we have automated the process, but due to like slight discrepancies in the form or some slight variation here and there, some teams have not been checked in yet. So our team will be manually checking them. So that might take some time. So a whole bunch of teams have been already checked in, and some teams which are left will be checked in by tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. So don't worry on that part. If you have filled the form, then that is not an issue. Our team is working, and that will be sorted, and you won't face any issues provided that the entire team has filled the form.
Next question by Rhythm Bhivani is, will all the teams get the goodies? So I guess it was covered in the part of the rules, and yes, all the teams will get the t-shirts. Moving on, we have a question by Abhinav Kaul. Is working model necessary?
Yeah, yes, you have to. You need to have a working demo to be submitted. Yes.
A question was missed by Ek Yodha. Video key frame rate key limit. The limit of the video frame, I guess, is what he wants to
I
ask.
guess asking about the any constraints on the video size and FPS. Yeah, we'll be sharing that in the submission rules. Very honestly, I'm not familiar with the exact FPS that you might require, but we'll be sharing that. And Yukta, I'd like to correct you for that earlier part. All the teams will be getting goodies and t-shirts for the top teams. Yeah.
Yes. So another question by Anuj Soni. What kind of projects we have to make?
You can choose any of our themes and build a project, and you need to have a working prototype for that, and that's all.
And another question by M Pooja. Is working model necessary for every project?
Yes, you need to have. I think we covered that. Yeah.
Yes. So another question by Ek Yodha is, how do we check in?
The form has been sent to you by mail. So
And another by Akhilesh Verma. How much time will it take to update the check in status on Dayfolio, or there is some technical problem with the team?
I think we covered that also. The check-in process is going on, right?
Yes. So we
And
have.
for
Do we have to? Okay, continue.
yeah, just saying, like, for any detailed queries or any team related queries, if you are having, you can head over to our Discord and put in your queries in the queries channel, and that will be covered there. So don't worry, that we'll be addressing all the queries. You can continue.
Yeah. Sheldon Cooper is asking, we have to include the PPT in the submission zip file. Or no?
Uh, Again, the submission rules will be shared. So I think, Yukta, let's we can wind up with Q&A here and move on
Yeah.
ahead. I think Kunal has joined. Yeah.
Okay. So, moving ahead with the event, this year for the first time, Hack 36 had the privilege of being a MLH member event. Next, I would like to welcome our MLH coach who will be telling you all about the role of MLH and what all MLH has planned for you during the course of the hackathon. An open source enthusiast and an active YouTuber and live streamer on his channel, Code for Cause. Here is Kunal Kushwaha for you all.
Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for having me, first of all, and thanks a lot for the amazing introduction. Let me just open up my slides over here quickly. Just give me 1 second, and let me present. Cool. Alrighty, you would have to add it on the stream. I hope everyone is doing great. Just give me 1 second. Cool. 1 second. Alrighty. So let me present. There we go. Presenting now and sharing my screen. Are you all able to see my screen now?
Oh,
Cool.
yes, it's visible.
Alrighty, 1 second. Awesome. So, welcome everyone. My name is Kunal, and I am from Major League Hacking. So, I'm a coach over here, and I'm here to, we all are here to make sure that the hackathon is a great experience for you all. I love pizza. I love communities, and as you also saw. In the introduction, I'm an open source enthusiast. So I love contributing to open source and I love teaching people. Teaching is one of my hobbies. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining everyone and really looking forward to the event today. Now, before we get started, everything that you need this weekend, you can find it at this URL hack.mlh.io. It is a very great sheet for all the information that we are about to cover. And I know it's a lot, but that is why there's like this compiled list of resources over here at this URL. Also, you can definitely, I would highly recommend everyone to connect with other hackers. And this is the Discord invite link if you haven't joined already for Hack 36. You can also find it on the website, and we'll talk more about that later. But for those of you who are not familiar with Major League Hacking, right? So what is Major League Hacking? Many of you might be having like this as your very first hackathon, which is totally awesome. And Major League Hacking is basically we are a global community of hackers, and it is our mission to empower hackers around the globe, which is something that we've been doing for the past few years. And we have like so many leagues around in EU and APAC, and member events, which is for example this particular event as well. And over the past few years, we have empowered around 135,000 hackers just like you around the world. And we have also conducted around 250 member events. So that is a really big number. And the hacker community is what makes MLH special, and that is what we are here to do. Now, by being at one of the major league hacking events, everyone is earning points for their schools in our season-long contests and rankings. So, if you want to earn more points, then you should get more folks involved in the community and more folks involved in attending the events that you have. Alrighty, and now talking about something we have over here, we have okay. This was a local hack day, which was like recently going on. So if you want to learn more about local hack day, and we also recently had our super awesome March challenges, right? So in the March challenges, we were basically like the idea was that we got this. Feedback from the students that, hey, we really like the technical content workshops that you all coaches provide. So we had like March sessions running for that. In case you want to find out like a future events like this, you can definitely check out localhackday.lht.mls.io. And yeah, basically the idea for share is that you'll be spending like the entire week completing challenges, both big and small, because that is really important, because we want to make sure that it is an inclusive community, and it's like a safe space for everyone, and even beginners can contribute. So even if you don't know coding, for example, there's something for everyone that you can get involved with. And you'll also get to expand your network, your skill set, your hacker portfolio, and obviously something that everyone loves is earning more and more rewards for yourself. Cool. So let's talk a bit more about this weekend. What are we going to do this weekend? So we are at Hack 36, right? And this particular section is going to be talking about everything related to that. And let's start with one of my favorite things, which is called the mini event. So we have the No Light mini event for you all. I believe it's tomorrow around 5:50 p.m. IST or something like that. I'll share the announcements in the Discord channel. So if you haven't joined the Discord channel, please do so. And yeah, that is something we have for our mini event. And basically the idea over here is that you'll be given like I'll be adding you all to our website, and in that website we'll be giving you another particular website in which you'll be able to recreate basically a particular web page that we provide to you. For example, Quora or like Pinterest or like Google.com. The fun thing over here is that you will not be provided any previews or anything, right? So nothing like that is provided to you. And the basic idea is that without any previews or anything like this, you can see on this particular screen as well. This is exactly the same IDE, and when you click this no light button, it will actually generate the web page for you. So the one who has like the most accurate web page is going to win, and also going to get some nice prizes. Now speaking for this about it as well, that you will be getting like season 2021 season, like 2021 season mascot masks, because we know while we are in the COVID situation and everything, wearing a mask is the most important thing. And I want to mention over here is that this is for while supplies last. So you must have received like an address form. If not, you don't have to worry about it. I'll be sharing it with you in the announcements channel, and I'll also share all these links to all the prizes and everything that we have in the announcements channel. Now, another thing that is really interesting is the draw an Octocat and win an Octocat contest. So basically, you can share your drawings regarding the Octocat, a doodle basically, in any format that you like, and tweet about it to you can tag GitHub Education, you can tag MLAX, and you can also tag my Octocat and with the event hashtag. The event hashtag for this, one second. Cool. So yeah, the event hashtag for this particular event is hashtag Unchange the Hacks. So maybe some of the organizers can definitely put that out in the comment section. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, and next, we have the GitHub Student Developer Pack. So, in order to claim your free developer tools, it's like thousands and thousands of dollars, worth of content available for you, provided like cloud hostings, your like your domain names and all these things. So, all of these things are going to be provided to you free of cost. Only thing you need to do is just go to this URL, and you have to be a particular student of a particular institute, and there are like thousands of dollars of professional grade free tools available for you. So many more things to actually mention, but it's like whenever you're at a hackathon, you need tools, right? And in order to get those tools, GitHub is a proud sponsor for us. So most definitely you can check it out. Speaking of more other resources that we have for you is we have like some of our sponsors. We have Linode, which is a cloud platform, and we have a chance. You'll be having a chance to win a Raspberry Pi 4 starter kit. You also get $100 in free credit, so you can definitely check out Linode's cloud platform. You can get started with it at this URL hackp.ac/linode, and you will be getting a Raspberry Pi 4 starter kit. If for the best hack that you'll be making using Linode cloud services basically. So why should we even use Linode basically to accelerate your innovation with the simple and affordable Linux cloud solutions, for examples and services. In addition to that, we also have the GoDaddy registry for you all for a free domain name and a website builder. Now, this is really important because you have to when you create your hacks and something like that, you have to share it with your friends, right? So you might have received some other coupon like the weekend code beforehand. In addition to that, you can also use this one. So either of those are fine. MLHK36 is also good. It's also going to work, and the one that you received previously, that is also going to work. In case you face into any issues or anything, because I know sometimes people do like run into some issues when registering it. So no need to worry about it. I'll be hanging out in the Discord channel throughout the weekend. You can find me in the hashtag Ask MLH channel, and also there's like a no credit card is needed for this particular thing. In addition to that, it's like when we talk about hackathons, right? We talk about like software tools and all these things, but that is not the case over here. We also have our proud sponsor DigiKey, and you can always, you can earn a sweet hardware prize. So DigiKey is sponsoring the best hardware hack prize category. So we'll be picking like two winning teams at this particular event, and each winning team member will receive a Grove beginner kit with an embedded Arduino compatible board. So for anyone who is looking to participate, hardware emulator projects are eligible for the prize category as well. So I know like many times you will not be having like access to many hardwares, right? So for that, you can definitely use emulators as well. This is a question we get frequently. So totally that is fine. And you can also, check in for this submit your particular project for this particular event category as well, if you're using emulators, for example. Now, to sum up, these are the prize categories that we have, and my personal favorite one is the Linode one. Linode also takes part in like many open source conferences like UConn and stuff. So they also sent me out like these nice swag bags and kits and stuff. So it's a very nice community over there, and I'm also more than happy to answer any questions you may have, like with your hack that uses Linode, and also the GitHub AutoCAD drawing one is also pretty cool. Cool. Also, we have the I demoed stickers. So basically, everyone who demos their particular project will be receiving an I demoed sticker. Now, we don't necessarily like. It's like I get it. Like sometimes the demo is not final, right? That should not basically stop you. These sorts of the demos which I'm talking about, you can also demo even if your project is, let's say, not final. You can also demo like, hey, this is what we have in work in progress, this is the future goals of the project, and this is what we had in mind, but this is what we were getting stuck at. So all of these also count as like valid contribution. You can definitely like make sure like your um, uh, your particular project is you are able to present something, and basically that's about it. Now, this is one of my personal favorite thing. If you're looking for an opportunity, so we have the MLH Career Lab. So if you're looking for like some internship or some job opportunities, there's Capital One, and then there's Qualtrics. So you can find about this in your hack.apax/careers. Now, the Career Lab is designed for hackers. So we know that you are looking for jobs. We know that you are looking for opportunities and internships. Now, these companies, specifically want to recruit hackers. So it's a really great opportunity for you to get involved and make the most out of the opportunity that you have been provided over here. Now, on a serious note, folks, this is like an MLH member event, and we like. Uh, cannot stress this enough, how important the code of conduct is, and that MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone. By being at this particular event, you're agreeing to the code of conduct of the organizers and the sponsors as well, and you should definitely read it. This is the link, mls.io/code of conduct, and be respectful basically, and harassment and abuse are not tolerated at all. At digital events, it's really important to remember that even though we are working from home, there's a human on the other side of the screen. So boundaries exist, and for example, like, be mindful of connecting with people's online and social profiles like without permission. And folks are not ignoring you if they don't reply immediately. Just give them time to get to your questions and messages. If you're having any issue or anything, you can you want to see someone, you can definitely reach out to me on Discord. You can reach out to the email that has been provided over here, and also the phone number that has been provided over here. Also, we basically like most definitely, like, we want everyone to have an amazing time. So if you cannot find someone, you can use this phone number or an email, but before this, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to the organizers. Now, this was a very, very important slide, so please make sure like you follow the code of conduct and read the code of conduct as well, both of the organizers, MLH, and the sponsors as well. Cool. Now, thanks again to all of our partners like GitHub, GoDaddy, and Qualtrics, DigiKeys, Stickermule, Capital One, who couldn't be really possible without them. And really looking forward to this particular weekend. And yeah, happy hacking. Happy to answer any questions you may have now.
Thank you, Mr. Kunal Kushwaha, for the great interaction and all the insights that you've provided our participants.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. It's great to be here, and I'm like really excited to interact with all the people. And there are going to be so many maybe mini events. Like I mean, we do have like no lights one, right? But I don't know about you all, but my favorite part in hackathons is interacting with hackers. So I'll be like hanging out on the voice channels, so you can feel free to join over there, and you can ask any questions you may like, or just check out like what other people are working on basically. Yeah.
Definitely. I hope it will be very exciting for the participants as well as for you, the coming 36 hours.
Yep.
And now, moving forward with the event, we have Anuj Modi, the lead organizer of Hack 36 4.0, and the second runner-up from the last edition of Hack 36. I would request him to come up and share his hacking experience at hackathons.
Thank you so much, Yukta, for the introduction. That was very generous of you. So first of all, like you asked, I would like to share that like hackathons are generally, these are the huge learning curves that we have, and it is the huge learning curve for all. And same for me. Like last year also, I would like to share what was the story. So our team developed a project to tackle a problem for women's safety. It was majorly because of women's safety. So what we did was, generally on the Google Maps, what we have, that we put the destination, we put the source, and then we have the routes which tells us the shortest path, or maybe one with the least time. But they don't care about the things what will be the things, what will the places which will be there in the path. So some places might not be safe for women, or there might be some routes which would be more safer for them. For example, let me set a scenario here. Suppose there are two paths. One path has police stations on it, it has hospitals, it has schools, and the other path on the side has like pubs, maybe alcohol shops and other things. So definitely, if a woman would have known which path is what are the places occurring on that path, she would have gone for the one which has police stations and schools and other things also. So, but Google Maps does not take care of this thing. What I what I and my team felt like that we should uh, get something done for them so that they know what are they going to face on a path if they choose one. So to solve this problem, what we did, we take out all the alternative paths from the Google Maps API. Then we find out what places are there using that their API only, and then we scored the path by giving positive points to those places which was safer and better, and negative points to the places which a woman would generally avoid. So what then we get the cumulative scores, and the score with the highest road was the one we suggested. So like this, yeah, this was the basic idea. So what I would like to add is like that this was not the only thing that we were the second runner up, but the thing was that how we learned how to collaborate effectively, we learned how to communicate, and how to be a dynamic listener. There were a lot of workshops and the speakers who were really inspiring for us, and and last year events was really good, and they were cool physical events like we had TT table, chess, carom, etc. in our computer science lobby, and we were given regular refreshments and we were kept busy. We enjoyed last year's event a lot and hope that you will enjoy this year's also. Yeah, we know that being offline we would not be able to provide you refreshments, but don't worry, we would be keeping an eye for the events which you have and make sure that you really enjoy your stay. Thank you, Yukta. Over
Thank
to
you,
you.
Anuj, for sharing your insights and knowledge and your experience from the last year's Hack 36. Now, as we observed that a lot of questions have been coming in from you guys before our next speaker joins, we'd like to conduct another Q&A session to clear all of your doubts. So the first question coming up, we have from Rishi Garg. Can we make a project belonging to an open theme? I would request anyone from the Hack 36 team to address the query.
Yeah. So the answer would be like this. The themes that we have for the Hector 6 are so that it's easier for the judges to mark, and we believe that these are the areas that are in dire need for innovation and should be explored. So, however, if you believe that your idea is innovative and may do good things, then you may wish to proceed with your idea, even though it does not fall under the aforementioned themes. Please be informed that Hack 36 would urge its participants to do their projects under the themes mentioned for our mutual benefit, and the final decision made by the judges will be abiding. So, to be on a safer side, it's better to stick to the themes.
Thank you, Anuj. The next question we have from Ashu Singh. Can we make hardware projects?
Yes, you can do the projects on IoT. Just keeping in mind that the challenges you would be facing while making a hardware project, this being a virtual event, and the project should follow the theme. That's the two conditions. Otherwise, you can go for that.
Okay. The next question is how to manage a project along with the workshops and all the other events organized.
So being a part of the workshops that will be conducted by the respective industry experts, we will help you to get holistic learning in world of tech. We believe that these 36 hours filled with workshops will give you an edge over your peers in the learning curve. The participants will also inadvertently learn how to manage their time, which is an quintessential skill in tech domain. So yeah.
Next question coming up is from Rajat. How many workshops are there in total, and are there any prerequisites for them?
Yeah. So firstly, there are three workshops in the order of their appearance. First will be the speech-based applications, which we'll be having shortly, and the next is the project development workshop, which will be organized by PrepBytes, and it will be held tomorrow in the morning. And the third will be the AR/VR workshop by the Eco AR personnel, and it will be there in the tomorrow evening. These are the three workshops, and we encourage you to attend all the workshops as there are no prerequisites for that, and it can be an opportunity to make a mark in its highly competitive world of development, and definitely you're going to increase your skill set.
Next question we have from Sandeep Kumar. What kind of projects we can make?
Yeah, so projects can be there are no such as such restrictions on the tech stack. You can choose any technology, any language, everything, any platform. Just there should be a prototype, which working prototype with both backend and front end, and it should solve a problem related to one of the themes. That's the only thing. No restrictions on the technical skill.
And do we have to explain our project? The question is from Anusha Chaudhary.
Yes, the judging panel will see your projects, and in case they have any doubts, they would definitely have some questions for you, and you would have to explain. And apart from that, the top teams will be giving the presentations, so they would be preparing some PPTs, and in the PPTs they'll be covering why they have chosen this idea, and we will be sharing a proper template for the PPT as well. So they have to follow the template and create a PPT, and as well as a demo video of the project working demo.
The next question and an important one coming up is, can we add a team member now? The question is by Ishan Sharma.
Yeah, so we have been receiving a lot of requests regarding this, but I'm afraid we have to say no because the registration process has already been over. We had gone through all the profiles which we have received on Dayfolio. Being virtual, we don't have any other options of shortlisting you based on the profiles. So whatever we have from the Dayfolio, we are sticking to that. So yeah, that won't be possible now. I'm sorry.
Another question from Abhinav Maharana. What should be the time limit of the submission video?
Yeah, so submission, as you can see on the timeline, the submission will start from tomorrow night, 9 p.m., and it will go for the 12 hours till 11th morning, 9 a.m. So you will be getting 12 hours to make the submission.
Okay. So the next question we have are, what are the benefits of making projects on a sponsor's track, that is Speechly, Echo AR, etc.?
That's a very good question. So, as Shashwat has already covered regarding the track prices, so also you can head on to our website to know more about them. Like we have track prices from Speechly, the one who will be building the product and incorporating Speechly technology in their product. And if the top three teams will receive $100 Amazon gift card from the Speechly. Similarly, we had track prices from for our blockchain related sponsors as well as AR/VR sponsors. So yeah, you can head on to our website to see more details regarding that. We have all it covered there.
Next question is it necessary to be alive for be live for 36 hours?
It's not necessary to be live, but we would recommend you to stay tuned to the Discord server. Discord will be a primary mode of communications. We would be posting announcements there regarding the start and end of workshops, regarding submission guidelines, and all the time limited announcements will be made on the Discord server. Apart from that, there are sponsor representatives added on the Discord server. So if you have any doubt regarding any track price, you can head on to their channel and just get your queries resolved.
Another question, I am alone, will my project be eligible? The question is by Prachi.
Uh, so, Prachi, the answer would be like this. The individuals can check in, but they won't be able to make a submission until they have a teammate, until they have a team created and at least one teammate being joined them. So the solution for you now is that you can head on to the Discord server. There is a channel looking for body. Try if someone might be interested in getting a team with you, and there are also some pre-queries there, so you can just ping those who were looking earlier, and all the best for that. Other than that, individuals, I'm afraid, won't be able to make a submission.
Next question by Aditi Verma is, can we make multiple projects?
So, being the event virtually and only 36 hours, it won't be feasible if you were going for multiple projects. Try to stick to the one and try to complete it. Make it make it like you would be sure it will win. If you think you can make two.
Definitely. So the next question we have is from Ashish Verma. Any specific name that should be given to the repository?
No such as guidelines are there. During the submission, you would be asked to give the repository link. So we would be heading on to the link. Just the link should be fine. Otherwise, name and please keep the code of conduct in mind while naming a repository. That's all.
Next question by Divyanshu is it necessary to stick to the themes?
Yeah, as already answered, themes, it's not completely necessary. You can go for anything else, and if the judges are being impressed by a product, then well and good. Otherwise, the final decision would be for binding, will be given by judges. So if they think that their product is fine, then you can go ahead. Otherwise, we would suggest you to stick to the themes only.
An important question is by Abhishek Tripathi. What if we fail to make a working model but have an idea regarding that?
Okay, so in that case also, like I said, the decision for the judges will be final. But I would like to highlight one point here is that in the marking scheme, in the judging criteria, we have the criteria of prototype being completed. So there you might lose some points.
Next question is by Ram. What should be the submission video what should be the submission video that we submit in Defolio?
Yeah, so the length of the submission video should not be extended without any reason. It should be suffice to contain all the features which you have implemented. And yeah, that's fine.
Next question by Akash Kandasamy is an important one. How the project will be judged? What are the criteria?
So the judging criteria would not be disclosed at this moment, but as in a general hackathons are there, so those will be like what the idea you have chosen and whether the prototype is complete or not. So these are the general criteria which would definitely be there. If there is something special criteria, we would let you know.
We have the next question by Tony Stark asking about the gaming night. So if you could give some details about the gaming night as well.
Yeah, sure. So like we would be having a game night. I think tomorrow at 10 after 11 sorry 11 p.m. So there you will be joining us on the Discord server, and our game host Arsh will be there. He would be hosting some of the games one of the game I think he has decided is Among Us. There might be other games. It's just a fun activity so that you don't feel boredom in the 36 hours of hackathon.
Another interesting question coming up by Parth is can we have a plushie that is a soft toy of Milo?
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We haven't thought of it while we were deciding the goodies, but yeah, we will think
An
of it.
interesting suggestion.
Yeah.
And another question we have can we submit multiple repository links? The question is by Hitesh.
No, yeah, you have to submit a single repository link, and all the team members must be committing their changes in the same repository.
The next question coming up is by Udit Prabhakar. Do we all need to make PPT videos or the top teams will be selected?
Okay, so PPTs and videos need to be made by everyone because everyone would be making a submission. And using those PPTs and videos, we would be deciding the top teams. Our judges will be deciding the top teams, and then they would have to give a live presentation using the video and PPT they have made earlier.
Another question is what does 36 mean in the name Hack 36? The question is by Hamper Boy.
Yeah, so the 36 means the 36 hours of hacking period, which will be given to you to make your products. And the most important thing part in this is that all the commits in the repository you will be submitting should be within 36 hours only. Any commit before before the beginning of hacking period and after the hacking period would lead to disqualification of the team. That's a very important question asked.
Next question, an important query is this MLS form and the form we received in mail for the same check-in? The question is by Akib.
Yeah, so there would be two forms you would have received. One will be the check-in form where you will be submitting the details of the teams, which would be starting with the hackathon, and the other form would be the address form from MLS that would be used to ship goodies to your to your house, to your home.
Next query we have is do we have a mid-evaluation like every year? The question is by Purva.
So that's a good question. So for the judging criteria and the complete judging information, we would be making a separate announcement. But for now, I can tell that mid-evolution would be possible, being virtual and a lot of teams being participating this time.
Okay, now I would request Mr. Kunal to share his hackathon experiences with the participants.
Yeah, I'm just seeing like so many, funny names in the channel, like Tony Stark and stuff. But anyway, there was one important question I believe was not answered, which was many of the first year students are joining, don't have much knowledge about development and stuff. So you see, the thing is like if you're first time, if this is your first hackathon, or if you don't know much about a particular tech stack or anything, you can take this as an opportunity to learn and contribute. So most definitely you can learn on the go, and it's not like you have to be a pro or anything. You can just get started, and watch some tutorials, make something. Even if something beginner, that's also fine, that also counts as a valid contribution. But make sure you're following like the theme and all the other suggestions that were given by the organizers. If you have any questions regarding like development stuff or anything, I'm on Discord, and the entire team is also on Discord. There's so many channels over there as well, so you can ask any question you may like. But yeah, regarding my this is a question: what is the coupon code for GoDaddy registry? So the one you may have received also is valid, but let me just share with you the MLH one as well. So cool. So the MLH one is 1 second. Yeah, it's called MLHK36. This is the one. I'll send it to the organizers. I also showed it in the slides, so you can check it out from there as well. I believe this video is recorded on YouTube, but this is the one. You can share it with the contestants. So the thing is, like, you might have received something different. So that is also going to work, and this one is also going to work.
Another question we have is how do
Mhm.
you manage an active college life, MLS, and a YouTube channel?
Okay, before that, I need to answer your question, which was my experiences with hackathon. So yeah, it's
Yes.
been great. I love hackathons. Hackathons are a great place to uh, I believe like when you are at a particular event at a hackathon or something, then you should definitely try to go out of your comfort zone. So, like trying out new technologies. One of the great ways to do this is checking out the sponsors. For example, if you haven't worked with, let's say, Cloud or something like that before, you can check out Linode for this particular hack, because that is the whole idea regarding hackathons. It's not about winning or losing. It's about having fun, making friends, making nice projects, and actually learning something new. Regarding the Linode thing, you have to register on the URL that I sent you. And after that, you can get started with it. If you have any questions regarding Linode in particular, then you can reach out to me. Yeah. What was the other question?
The other question is how do you manage your college life, MLS, and a YouTube channel?
That is a question I get quite a lot. Just 1 second. I need to get some water.
Sure.
Been speaking for the past 3 hours. It was a session I was conducting before this. But anyway, yeah, how do I manage all these things? See, the thing is, with time management, if you like what you're doing, then you're not going to get like stressed about it. The most important thing is not to get burnout. If you ever hear your friends or someone saying like, "Hey, I feel like I'm getting a little burnout," now that is a thing to worry about. Burning out is not good, because it's like it's a very serious thing, and you should not be overburdening yourself with work. So regarding how to manage all these things, you have to set your priorities. For example, you can look at there's this table that I use, which is called I forgot the name, but the way it works is that there's like options like important, not important, urgent, not urgent. For example, things that lie in not urgent, not important, I don't do those things. Something that lies in urgent and important, do that right now. So time management is key, and regarding how do we manage like so many other things, loving what you do is the key. Setting priorities, is the key. Regarding the college stuff, I don't know. College has been okay. I mean, usual stuff like assignments and all these things. But if you have any specific questions, I'll be happy to help you with that. But regarding, yeah, thanks a lot for giving shout out to my channel. Um, I don't usually talk about it when I'm at other events, but thanks for giving the shout out. Yeah, I try to post stuff over there when I get time.
Thank you for this interaction with the participants. Now we have our first speaker joining in. Nathaniel Taylor-Leach. He is the Community Partnerships Manager at DataCamp. He heads up the DataCamp Donates initiative and takes great pride and joy in providing people with free data education. Since July 2020, DataCamp Donates has formed partnership with over 70 schools and nonprofits in countries across the world with the goal of giving 25,000 subscriptions to aspiring data scientists in need. Welcome, Nathaniel.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here. This is a really great organization and a really exciting hackathon. And I'm so happy that Hack36 reached out to me for DataCamp to help out. DataCamp, our main mission is to democratize data science skills for everyone. And for years, we've been running our DataCamp for the Classrooms program so that college professors can apply for DataCamp for free for a semester and provide that access to all of their students as well. So we've always been about breaking down the barriers that have traditionally kept people from disadvantaged communities from getting a world-class data science education. And then in last year, when the pandemic hit, we realized that we are actually in a unique position to help out far more people who need this sort of education, but for whom a traditional college and university is just outside of the realm of possibility, whether due to cost, especially here in the United States, where it can be incredibly expensive to attend college, or location, or access to internet, so many things, or just not needing to take care of one's family and put all funds towards that. So that's why we launched DataCamp Donates last year with the aim of partnering with nonprofit organizations, student-run organizations such as this, that will in turn give our product, give free DataCamp access to the people who could use it the most. So far, as was mentioned, we've partnered with over 70 organizations in 68 different countries. We're almost at our goal of committing to donating 25,000 licenses. And I'm happy to say that everybody here at Hack36 will be getting a license to DataCamp for a year. It's very exciting. So this is something that you can take with you after Hack36, keep learning and keep growing. You'll all be also stay together within a group on DataCamp, so you can keep those connections, have a little fun on the leaderboards, and stay connected. Every feature, almost every single feature on DataCamp will be available at your disposal. So over 350 courses in every popular coding language, R, SQL, Scala, Git, Python, spreadsheets, Excel. You're going to get access to projects, guided and unguided projects, practice modules, the free mobile app, which has practice as well as full-blown courses on it as well. You'll be invited to join into our global Slack community, as well as invited to take part and watch some of our exclusive webinars that we have for users. I'm very excited to see what you guys are able to do with this added knowledge, and I hope that that it helps you achieve your dreams, especially if you feel that access to DataCamp gave you the skills and confidence necessary to land that job or that internship. I would love to know about that, and I'd love to share your story with the rest of the world. So you can always reach out to me at nathaniel@datacamp.com or donates@datacamp.com. And in a few months, I'll probably be sending all of you guys a feedback survey anyway, after you've had some time to use the platform, just to get some thoughts. I have a little bit, and so I want to talk a little bit about the importance of data science, and it's every year we're producing far more data than even the year prior. It's growing exponentially, and unfortunately, access to that data science education is few and far between. Even in well-developed countries like the United States, in high schools, for example, less than half of U.S. high schools even have computer science programs, let alone data science programs specifically. With so much, with the internet growing so wide and so much risk of falsehoods permeating the airwaves, it's really important that as a society we become extremely fluent in the various languages of data so that we know what's true and what's not, and also so that we can recognize patterns of problems so that we can create solutions. And I think what's very important is that we need proper representation to address these problems, right? These problems that are affecting all of us as a human race, whether they're COVID-19 or climate change or handgun violence, for example, here in the States. There's so much data to be mined, but we need all invested parties working on that data and coming up with solutions for the solutions to effectively stick. Okay, climate change, for example, is something that is affecting every single one of us all over the world. So the solutions for climate change shouldn't just be coming from people in ivory towers in developed nations at the highest level of academia. They should be created by women. They should be created by men. They should be created by people of who identify in all different genders, the differently able people from all different ethnic communities. That is the only way that we're going to be able to share our knowledge, share that repository, and come up with the best possible solutions for these problems that affect everyone. So DataCamp Donates is a way of trying to really raise the bar for people for whom a year of DataCamp would be completely outside the realm of possibility. For context, here in the States, that typically retails for $399 USD. I believe it's a bit cheaper in India, but it's still out of the reach for many people. So that's what we want to do. We want to create more voices in the data science community that wouldn't be there before, so that the industry and the science can ultimately improve upon itself, and so that we can also fill this global tech skill gap that keeps growing year to year. More people are out of work because of the pandemic, but at the same time, there's this increased demand for people with these very specific data science skills. So there's just so much opportunity to come from any background, go from zero to a hero with data science on DataCamp, because we have these fantastic For Everyone courses, which don't even involve any coding, just basic theory, such as data engineering for everyone, where you're taking true or false questions, multiple choice, just so you can get your bearings and get grip on these contexts. And then taking it all the way up to advanced machine learning courses. We've got you covered. And I really do hope that DataCamp helps you access some new ideas and some new techniques, even perhaps for these projects that you're working on for Hack 36, because we're actually going to try to make those licenses available to you as soon as possible. And I love hackathons because it really is that it's an opportunity to come together, to create a new community, to reforge old relationships, and to, I think, just to try something. Oftentimes, I feel like people don't want to take that step to try something because, oh, it's too crazy of an out there idea, or no one's really going to pay attention to this anyway. It's just going to be for me. No one would really care about this. The great thing about hackathons is you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people who will care about what you're doing, and because of the condensed time frame, it's understood that these are slapdash projects that are all about the idea and how we can execute it as quickly as possible. They're not meant to be finished, and I love that openness to creativity. You know, you need to be open to failure. You need to be open to trying new things. And hackathons like Hack 36 are the perfect testing ground for that sort of creative energy. So that's why I'm super, super happy and proud to be sponsoring Hack 36 4.0. And I do hope that all of you take advantage of this offer and use DataCamp, and stay in touch with me and let me know about your success stories in the coming year.
Thank you, Nathaniel. That was really great. We're really honored to have you here, and thank you for all the support and motivation that you've given to the participants.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now is the time for our first workshop to begin. Do call up your friends, as it will be a great learning experience for all and a chance to make your hacks using Speechly to grab those amazing prizes. We have Otto Matthias Pura. He is the head of growth for Speechly and has experience in building digital products for 3 decades. Over to you, Otto Matthias.
Thanks, and good to be here. So I'm Otto Matthias, like mentioned, the head of growth at Speechly, and let me try and share my screen. Okay. Here we go. So first, a couple of words about Speechly. We are building a new kind of developer tool that enables you to create applications with real-time voice user interfaces. We are not a voice assistant, but rather a tool for blending voice to the current graphical user interfaces, be it mobile phone, website, actually even embedded devices or whatever you want. It's a new approach that you probably haven't seen before. At least we haven't seen this kind of tool earlier. So I hope you guys heard the voice as well. That's always a bit tricky with this webinar tools. So you never know how this work. But the idea here is that the user can, instead of clicking through category filters endlessly, they can just say what they want. And unlike in voice assistants, where typically you say something like, "Hey Alexa, show me red t-shirts," and then you see the red t-shirts after the system has kind of like processed the information and has decided that now the user has stopped speaking, then they show the red t-shirts, for instance. And if you want to refine the search after that, you have to again start the experience by saying again, "Hey Alexa, can you show me red t-shirts for women?" and something like that. So the experience in voice assistants is rather turn-based. So the user says something, then the assistant says something, then the user again, and so on. But in our approach, the user is commanding the application, just like with any kind of mouses or touch or scrolling by using voice. So you're using the same graphical user interface elements, drop downs, buttons, forms, whatnot. But instead of clicking and tapping, you can do it by using voice. So we think this is a whole new approach for voice user interfaces and user interfaces in general that this tool enables. So it brings a new way to manipulate the graphical user interface. So again, like mentioned, it's about blending the voice experience to current user interfaces. And you can do, for instance, the search experience that you just saw. You can do forms, and you can do what we call a kind of like command and control or navigation, but pretty much meaning that whatever the application can do with the normal buttons, you can do by using voice. So here's another example. So you've probably seen these form filling tasks or similar tasks done with traditional user interface voice tools such as Google Cloud or Alexa or the web speech API or something like that. Our approach differs from those actually as well. So let's see how. In our system, the user says something. So in this case, they're commanding the application by saying something like, show me flights from New York to Paris, departing tomorrow, returning next Sunday. And if you would be doing this with web speech API, it would be, of course, like possible, or any kind of automatic speech recognition system. You can parse the whole text and then do changes for your user interfaces there as well. Of course, actually, those are usually slower than our solution as well, so the latency is higher. But that's not the biggest issue. The bigger issue is that in any kind of natural language setup, the user might have billion ways of saying the same thing. So they might also say book flights or can you show me tickets from New York to Paris or something like that. So they might use different ways of expressing the same entities and intent. Or just a simple example, you can say shut down the lights or turn off the lights or something like that, and they both mean the same thing. But parsing all of this would be pretty difficult. So in our case, the user says something and it's streamed to our API, and it uses a configuration that you have created for this specific application. And with your configuration, the API returns you actually structured information about the user input. So rather than only returning the text version, it of course returns that as well, but it also returns the intent, in this case, so flights, the from entity, in this case, New York, and departure and returning, and returns them actually as dates instead of strings, because that's of course a lot more convenient when developing like a real case application. And then what happens, like you already saw from the previous demos, again, the user is speaking, and in real time, the application is updating as the user speaks. And you probably noticed that already in the fashion search API, the demo, the e-commerce demo. But the big thing here with the visual feedback is that the user can actually correct themselves. This is impossible with the like, let's say, Google Assistant or Alexa, because like said, they first process the information, they first listen to the user, and then they process the information, and then they return with the answer. So if you say something that has an error somewhere in between the utterance, especially with longer utterances, that's pretty much like certain to happen, at least at some point, then the experience will just be bad. But with this visual feedback, the user sees immediately that, let's say in this example, maybe they said New York, but for some reason it was transcribed as New Jersey, for instance. So our API just made a small error, and the from entity was incorrectly recognized. And because the user sees already that, okay, now it said New Jersey, they can just continue saying something like, no, sorry, I mean from New York. And then when they see New York, then they can continue to Paris, departing tomorrow, and so on. So that's very important. In the demo previously, I think the user said something like, show me red, sorry, I mean black. And immediately they can get the visual feedback that they made a mistake, and they can fix it. So that was a very quick kind of like overview on what you can do with Speechly and how does our system work. Actually, for the configuration, let's show that next. So you need to create a configuration to see or to define these intents. They are, of course, always very application specific. and that's why you need to do it always separately. So let's see. You can find, I can share this probably after the call as well, like so. So this is our dashboard. You create an application, you give it a name. Let's call this hackathon. You define the language, and we only support actually English and Finnish so far, and create an application. And this is the configuration screen. You can read more about the configurations in our documentation, of course, but to create a simple example, let's say turn off. This is a turn off intent, and I want to say, or the user might say something like turn off the living room lights. And now when the user says turn off the living room lights, the API will return them with the intent turn off. We can make this a bit more smart by defining a variable. In this case, let's call this a room, and we can have living room and kitchen, for instance, just a simple example. And then we can replace this part with the room variable. And now the user can say turn off the living room lights or turn off the kitchen lights, for instance. Maybe you want to support turn or switch off the living room lights. This would also work. So this is like a this is actually also like a variable type, but now you can use either of these. So it might be turn off or switch off. The user might also say in the end, like please. So this is an optional part of the utterance, just to make the configuration easier. You can use all these kind of syntax. And let's add the intent there. And now we have a first very simple configuration ready. But now we would only get the turn off intent. We would not get the entity, which in this case might be the kitchen or living room. So we can also tag this room as, let's say, place or location. So now when the user says turn off the kitchen lights, they will get the location as the kitchen. And when they say living room, they will get the living room location. And then we will just define the new entity here as location. Now when the configuration is ready, we'll just deploy it, and it will be done in a few seconds, well, 2 minutes or so. Just a very simple example on what you can, or how you can build the configuration for your application. Let's see. So now we have a configuration, like a very simple configuration ready. How do you use it in your application? So like you already, well, like you know, we have a special price here for everyone who's using Speechly in their hackathon application. So if you manage to build something by using our tools, you are eligible for winning $100 prize. And so we really hope that all of you guys will have great times developing your voice applications. And again, like the actual Speechly part can be very simple. Just if it's using Speechly, you are eligible for this prize pool. So let's see. Now we have here like a very simple CodePen example, and I heard that the audio is not shared, so sorry for that. I can share you the demo videos as well, so you can check them on your own time. But now we have here created a very simple application. Let's see first the HTML part. So just a very basic application. It's importing first some. Oh, sorry, this is now very slow, my computer. Okay, so it's so broken. So we're first importing a few Speechly libraries. So this push to talk button refers to this microphone here. So we offer you everything, actually handling audio in a browser compatible way is actually pretty difficult already. So we are doing all that hard work for you. So you can just import this package and you can handle all the hard parts related with audio handling. And Speechly is actually supported by all the modern browsers, including like Internet Explorer, mobile browsers, Safaris, and whatnot. So that's all taken care of for you guys. So first we import the packages, and then here we use the push-to-talk container. We define the push-to-talk container and import our push-to-talk button and define the app ID. The app ID you can get from the dashboard when you're creating the application. We have the transcript container. You can see how that works in a sec, and then just very simple drop-down menus here. And let's see how this now works. Red t-shirts for women. So as you can see, the color changed. Actually, the top there wasn't actually shirts, but the top was there. So color changed and the department changed as per my voice input. Let me try and close a few tabs here so that my computer might be a bit faster here. But actually, the voice search, the e-commerce demo that you saw, it's actually using this very similar approach than our CodePen example here. So it's not like this somehow complicated voice search algorithm, but it's actually just very regular search page that you have on any kind of e-commerce site or whatever search, but it's just manipulating the search components, the actual drop downs with voice. So let's see what happens if we now add a new drop down here. So maybe we have here size as well. Let's change the ID also to size and have something like small, medium, and large. And this is regular HTML again. So as you can see, it was easy to add a new drop down there. And let's try again, medium. You can probably also see that the latency is very, very low. So it really returns the results very fast, and this makes creating more complex and user interfaces a breeze. So low latency is actually very important for creating natural user interfaces with voice. And again, with traditional assistant kind of way, it is a lot harder because they have to wait until the user stops speaking before they do the until they actually react to your voice input. We can see here from the console. So let's see the JavaScript part. So what's actually happening here? Let's first focus on the console only. So we are implementing a listener for the push to talk button, and for every segment update, we will be logging the speech segment. And as you can see here from the console, this is what you get back. For some reason, the scrolling is now broken. So there's this is final false, meaning that our API is fully streaming, meaning that once you start speaking, you start getting back these results. And first they're tentative results, so not final. So the is final flag is false, and then you will get the words. In this case, I said medium, but this result might change because it's not final. And after a while, when our API is fully confident that the word indeed was medium, you can see here the intent is now final and it will not change anymore. The idea of this final / tentative intents and entities and actually even the words is that you can make your application seem even faster. So for instance, in this case, we can use the tentative entities, and as soon as we are kind of like, or the Speechly API is kind of like sure that now the user said medium, you can change the drop down to medium. Maybe if for some reason the API changes that, well, they didn't actually say medium, and you will get the final entity. And if that was not medium, then you can kind of like cancel that action that you started to act on. So that's the idea of the tentative and final intents. So yeah, so now we were at the console log speech segment. And then here we go to all the words, in this case only the words. So we're using the transcript only. And for every word, this is a bit ugly, the code. We have a bit nicer example on our website. I think the blog post is called handling speech input in React. So you might want to refer to, yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, Automatius. Just can you try sharing the screen again? So maybe there you'll get an option to share the audio. If you can just do that once.
Yes, of course.
Maybe that might solve the issue. And yeah, so guys, just stay tuned. Let us just figure out the technical issue that's just happened. So I think he'll be joining us shortly. So let's just wait for us. Yeah, he's here.
Yes, sorry, I clicked totally wrong button. So let's try again.
No issues, yeah.
Now it doesn't even let me share the screen. My computer is somehow with...
No issues, we can carry forward with that. You can share the demos later on for the people.
Yes, yes.
You can share it on the... So everyone watching, you can see the demos on the Speechly Help channel that we have on Discord.
Yes,
for now,
I will share that. Yes, yes. That. Thanks. I'll share the videos on Discord, so you can check them from there. Sorry for that. That's a very common problem that we have here. That when you're demoing something online, like I said, handling audio in browser is not very simple problem. So that's one way how you can see that. But sorry for that. So now, where was I? So we're going to the speech segment words. As you can see here from the list, there's a lot of words, and we go through them one by one. We put them to lowercase, some simple stuff here. And this is, like I mentioned, this is a bit ugly now, but we are just moving the word always to the first position. And we're also making sure that if you have a partial match, it works also with partial match. So as you can see from the comments, so for instance, men's and men both work. And if the words matches with these options, then we just use the value to change the drop down. So very simple code. We can also get these, or we do get these intents and entities back, like you can see from the console. So what we can do is we can remove some of this here, not from there, but from here. And we can do something like so we're interested now in the entities. So now we go to the same list, the speech segment meaning pretty much that this is the one utterance that the user says. So one, when you click on the microphone button and start speaking, after that, and when you release that is one segment. Actually, one segment can contain any amount of entities and words and intents. But so if the entity is, or entity value, sorry, entity type is product, that was one of our entity types there, we can do something like console log entity value, like so. Where is my error? Live coding, now there's somewhere a mistake. I don't need actually even these now. Okay, let's see. Shoes. Sorry, this is of course entities. I think this is the now the microphone button is also. My computer is dying, and I think it's because of the streaming thing. Okay, let's try again. So now, so again, we can remove these parts now. We are not interested in those, and we can remove this part. And my error was here, so it's called entities, and for each entity. And if, let's say, the entity value is product, we want to console log the entity type. We want to console log the entity value. So let's see. Shoes. So here is the result. So what you can do with this. So now if I say something like red, as you can see, I don't get this. This line was not tagged. Now we can even remove this part to make it more clear. But as you can see, my entity type was now color. So because of that, this line was not activated, and I didn't get the entity value at all. So again, red. So it doesn't work now. The drop downs are not changed at either because of the removed code. But if I say shoes, I get the shoes back. There seems to be some problems in my code now again, but this is the idea. And what you can do with this is that, and you can also use the indents here, indents as well. And what you can do with this is you can use this for instance for navigation. So if the user says something like go to homepage, for instance, you can have the indent as the go to. So let's say the indent name is navigate, and then the entity is homepage, and you can then go to homepage, like do the actual event or the action based on that. So you could even have this. So if intent is something like navigate, and entity value is entity type is address, for instance, then you could say something like navigate address. So for instance, something like that. So that's the basic idea. This was a bit difficult now with my dying computer, but I hope you got a good or some kind of an understanding on how what you can do with Speechly. That's the first and most important part, of course, and then some examples on how you do the configuration in our dashboard. So that's very simple. You can even use like a very empty. You can just deploy the model in the dashboard, and then it will not return you any indents and entities, and you can use it like this example here. You can just use the words and do like a very naive, easy solution by doing that. Or then you can create some kind of a configuration and then use the indents and entities, and then you can do a bit more robust and kind of like complex, and also a bit easier maybe to develop if you're using these intents and entities, because you can leverage the structured input. You can find our documentation at, well, we have it in the keynote as well, but you can find the documentation at docs.speechly.com. We have quick start guide for the dashboard. This is pretty much what you already saw here. We have the integrations for various libraries or various platforms. So for instance, we have the browser client for vanilla JavaScript. We have a React client that makes it a little bit easier to handle the application state. We have also libraries for iOS and Android. And for all of these libraries, we also have the transcription component. So you can see the user can see the transcription. That's actually a very important part for any application, because that's the best way how the user can know how their voice input was recognized. And you have the microphone component for handling all the difficult parts in streaming audio in any of these platforms. So you can find the documentation here. You can find our GitHub repository or repositories at github.com/speechly. Here you can find all the client libraries and some other tools, such as the command line tool for not using the dashboard, but rather doing your configuration on the command line. That actually makes it a lot faster especially when developing with a team to create and iterate with your configuration. Yes, and of course the speechly.com website that you can use for reference. Here in the blog, you can find the handling speech input. So this was the blog post that I mentioned. I can share all these links to you in the Discord channel after this talk. But here you can see a better or more complex version on how you can actually do this kind of like drop-down manipulation by using React and React application state that might make it a bit easier to really work with more complex applications. Those, I think, were the most important part of what I wanted to say, and I'm not sure if you can do that here, but I would be happy to answer your questions or comments that you might have. Is that possible, organizers?
Yeah, sure, Automatias. That seems like a good idea. And yeah, we sure have a huge bunch of comments from our viewers. They're loving the API. And thank you for joining us. And this definitely looks quite exciting. I'm pretty sure a lot of hackers will be using this and aiming at this amazing prizes from the Speechly challenge. So, any of you guys having any questions? This is the time to put them in chat and ask Automateus. He's right here to answer all your queries regarding the API. So yeah,
Yes, and anyway,
and
like Shashwat said, we are very happy to see you guys developing on Speechly, and I will be available on the Discord channel to answer your questions if you have any during the hackathon. The time zone difference is of course something from here. I'm based in Finland, but hopefully you guys can get response fast if you need any help.
yeah, definitely.
Yes,
Just as the question. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Yes, so there's a question about, is this API free? Yes and no. So for the hackathon participants, the API is indeed free. But like the regular kind of like pricing is based on the API usage. Yes, you can find the blog. It's in the resources tab in our website. There is also a question on that.
Yeah, and there's another question from Achintya. He's asking in what ways he can include this in the project.
Yes, so you can create anything pretty much that just uses a voice user interface. Like I said in the beginning, the kind of like most common use cases might be the search functions, some kind of a form filling application, or then what we call command and control. So basically, it can be navigation, activating some functions in your application. But you can also combine them with other applications. So maybe you're developing an application that can, let's say, transfer Bitcoins or something like that, and you have a contact list that, like, you have 5 friends there, Jack, John, and Bill, or something like that, and then you can just add Speechly there, so that users can say something like send 0.5 Bitcoins to Jack, and then that's exactly what will happen in your application.
Yes, definitely. Achint and all of you watching, this is just a user interface. You can integrate it into your existing ideas and do this very easily, as we just saw. And they have tons of resources and blogs to help you out throughout the thing. Automatius himself will be active on the channels. So you guys can have a great time and aim at those amazing prizes. So that's all. Thank you, Automatius, for joining. And thank you for your time. Thank you for live coding with us. I know it's a lot hectic for you in your busy schedule and given the time difference. And thank you so much.
Yes, it was good to be here. And the last question is about Angular. Unfortunately, we don't have like special client library for Angular, but you can use the vanilla JavaScript when using Angular. So that should be doable. Okay, thanks everyone, and enjoy the hackathon. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. So, being done with our first workshop, now is the time to move on to our first social media challenge. So, for what you have to do for our first social media challenge is just put up stories, posts, and tweets, just spread out everywhere with a photo of your workstation that you have set up for the hackathon, your laptop, your coffee mugs, everything that you have with you right now, and post it with the hashtag I am at hack36. And don't forget to tag our pages wherever on whichever platform you're posting. And tell everyone that yes, you are at the fourth edition of Hack 36. And just like our every challenge, all our fun events, this event also gives you a chance to win t-shirts and goodies. And trust me, these are the best chances to fill up your wardrobe with Hack 36 merchandise, our sponsor merchandise, and lots of goodies. So with this, we come to an end for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed with what we all had planned for you and what we have in store for the next 2 days. Hacking begins today at 9 p.m. You still have 35 minutes so you can freshen up, get yourself ready, and sit down with your teammates and begin hacking from 9 p.m. And make sure that you join us for midnight stream where we'll have Anirban, the quiz master, for our pop culture quiz. And cheers to 36 hours of sleepless hacking. Thank you all for being here. And I wish good luck to all the participants on behalf of entire team Hack 36. And make sure that you subscribe to our channel and join us midnight and also tomorrow and day after tomorrow for all the streams and have a fun hacking experience. Thank you.